Another quick little update before we start this video. There has been a little bit of a change made to the Xbox One version of World War II, in which a lot of people were previously having some connectivity issues in which they could not connect to servers, thus not being able to play the game and anything that results directly from not being able to connect. It's pretty self-explanatory and evident, but nonetheless, it is something that Sledgehammer has addressed this, and over the past couple of days, they've been working on fixes with specific networking issues, and as of last night, they ended up pushing through a little hotfix to the game in which right now it says that they feel they've addressed and resolved a lot of the disconnect issues within Xbox One. So that said, if you guys are on the Xbox One, you shouldn't have as many connection errors now or disconnect errors in games or anything like that. So hopefully your experience as a whole is just drastically better here in the next coming days to weeks. Hopefully these sort of things don't continue to happen, but I'm glad to see that there was a quick response here in the turnaround time of when everybody started having these. Within a day and a half, this fix was pushed through. So hopefully again, it helps everybody out, and hopefully it's something that continues moving forward we don't have to worry too much about. But that said, let's jump into the video. So tomorrow officially marks the start of the second week of the Winter Siege event. The past week I think has been rather enjoyable, and I really enjoyed a lot of the grinding aspects that I came back to, as not only with the introduction of different contracts and collection items and new supply drop rewards and everything like that, I think that it just kind of added a little spark that World War II needed to keep everything going. Of course, we're still going to have a lot of adjustments made to the core values of the game and everything that the game itself has to offer, but for the time being, on the surface, that content that players will actively see and can take part in and participate in, that has been updated to the point where we got, once again, these new items. And again, coming back to the grinding thing, I had a ton of fun grinding out supply drops via the contracts and the orders and everything. That to me was just a lot of fun because they were more attainable. A lot of the contracts previously I wasn't that big a fan of because they just took ages or were almost downright impossible to do for rewards that weren't the greatest. But that said, while we're not going to be getting a patch going into the second week of Winter Siege, we will be getting a slight hotfix or an update that will change around a little bit of what you end up seeing in game. So today I want to run down all that kind of stuff with you guys, what it means, and if we'll be able to see it again, because I know a lot of people have been worrying about things like the weapon orders and all kinds of things like that. Will we see gun game again outside of this coming week, and all other things pertaining to the Winter Siege event. So that said, we're going to be running down what week 2 holds for us and what we can expect. So first and foremost, right off the bat, once again, it's not going to be a major patch or anything like that, so you won't have to download anything. But tomorrow around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I believe that's 6 p.m. GMT or something like that in the UK. But if you log on around those times, you'll probably get prompted with a playlist update that if you're in-game playing at that point in time, it'll boot you out after that game that you finish, and then say there's an update available to the game. To which, once again, it'll just do that quick little reload animation in which it loads up the game and everything like that. But then when you jump in after that, that's when everything is applied, as simple as pretty much 1, 2, 3. So the first things you'll probably immediately notice is not necessarily anything aesthetically to the headquarters, but if you try and jump in online to multiplayer matches, you'll see that the featured playlist is double XP gun game, in which there is no set map like Winter Carrington or anything like that that we'll be seeing as of, say, this past week. This is going to be all-encompassing and everything like that, a standard map rotation, but it's going to be gun game with that double XP live in that playlist only. But that said, gun game is returning, which I am incredibly happy for. I absolutely love gun game, and so I'm definitely gonna be grinding this out, taking full advantage of it, and hopefully you guys do as well. Unfortunately though, the only thing with gun game is that you don't get as much XP as you would, say, of domination match or something like that, so it might be something that doesn't grant you as much XP as you may have gotten last week, but you'll still be able to breeze through matches because they go by a lot quicker. But that said, gun game will be available for you guys if you so want to check it out and play it for yourselves. But then also, whenever you once again jump out a little bit, you'll be able to notice that the headquarters, though not aesthetically changed, does have some stuff that challenges you in a different way. So what I'm talking about deals with the orders and contracts. So we do have, of course, that edition of gun game, which is awesome, but you also can get rewards in a different fashion compared to last week. Of course, all the winter drops and everything that will be rewarded are still the same, but the challenges for them have changed out. So the weekly orders will be to get 250 kills on a winter map as in the airborne division, and the other one will be to get 250 kills on a winter map as mountain division. Now comparing that to last week, we had the option to get 250 kills kills on a winter map with infantry and armored division, so changing up the divisions with this, but we also had the ability to get 30 long range kills. So right now it doesn't seem like there's going to be a third challenge, unfortunately, and whereas my initial thought also may have been that that challenge would just carry over to week 2, it doesn't seem like that's the case, because further on the calendar we end up having a third challenge as well for the week, in which it would definitely showcase if it was there in week 2. So it looks like we're only going to have 2 weekly orders this week to grant winter supply drops, which again is unfortunate if you guys are grinding those out, but it is what it is, I suppose. But now the daily orders actually are only 2 daily orders, in which they will flip-flop between each day. Every other day you'll have the same one, but those are to place in the top 3 in gun game 3 times, and then also to get a multi-kill in gun game. So starting tomorrow you'll have the top 3 placing one, then multi-kill, then placing, then multi-kill, and so on until next Thursday. Now the contracts are where it gets a little bit different once again, but not all that much different, because the only thing that's really changed up is that it offers the ability to get 70 kills in gun game in 60 minutes. As for the other ones, the 55 kills in TDM challenge is still there, the 55 kills in Dom is still there, 45 kills in any mode is still there, 13 headshots in any mode is still there, and of course 75 kills in domination is still there as well. And it seems like the time frames are still the same also. So if you got down the art of mastering those contracts, well then you're in luck, because they're still going to be there. Now as for the content itself, well, that is essentially it. Unfortunately, there's nothing major or anything like that, but the gun game edition is something we can all probably look forward to. And of course, on Monday, December 18th, we will be getting our free winter supply drop, as we did with last Monday and actually last Friday to kick off the events in total. So we got 2 last week, but that was a one-time thing. And that said, that also leads me into a couple of other things that I want to talk about before we end up this video. Firstly, talking about weapons, because I personally was actually a little bit worried about how this would be handled, because I was one of those people that was really trying to grind out each individual special order. And the thing is I know that a lot of people do not have the time to grind out every single day those orders, myself included, and that's one thing that I got a little worried about, because those special orders were only for a day at a time, to which I ended up thinking, well, if they're gonna throw in each of the variants too, so you can end up getting those for free, well, that would then make everything very hard, because it would take up the entire calendar and you'd have to essentially do one a day. But fortunately, it was confirmed, and then we've also seen it now because it's already started over. The special orders from Major Howard to get these weapons are only for the base weapons themselves, and they're on a rotation. So I could butcher this, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it goes the Sten, Ice Pick, Gewehr, Trench Knife, and GPMG, and to which if you end up missing a day, you can complete them, and once you end up coming back and rounding around to it, you'll be able to activate whichever one you ended up missing. So for the time being, it seems like it's going to be a special order. Each individual day offers, once again, that new base weapon opportunity, but you're gonna have a total of 18 to 20 days or whatever's left on the actual event. And a second big thing that I really want to talk about is the fact that this content, if you end up missing it or you somewhat enjoy it to whatever extent, it's not going to be going away forever, especially gun game. That's one that I know a lot of people are probably interested in, that it is seemingly only a 1-week thing. While of course that's kind of true, it's also not, because it will be back for that final couple of days within the Winter Siege event, in which it's branded triple feed XP on Winter Carrington Mosh Pit 24/7, to which that is double XP, double division XP, and double weapon XP, and that includes not only just some of the things we've already seen in Winter Carrington's Mosh Pit, but it includes all of the following of TDM, Dom, Hardpoint, Kill Confirmed, and Gun Game. So while Gun Game won't be its own designated playlist, and it seems like you won't be able to end up picking and choosing exactly to play Gun Game, it'll be in that rotation. Now, of course, the challenges and everything like that will be looping around again, so that you end up getting the weekly orders of the Airborne Infantry and Mountain Infantry just being the only one added in, on top of what we just discussed for this week specifically. The daily orders are back in the exact same way, and of course, so are the contracts. So that said, you're going to be able to see this sort of stuff if you can't grind it out as much as you would like to in this next upcoming week, but for the time being, that's what we got on the plate here for everything, and hopefully you guys end up enjoying it as well. I know I'm definitely looking forward to Gun Game. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to out of this, but as for everything else, well, it's all cool extra goodies that I'm looking forward to and taking advantage of. So that said, I want to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this? Are you guys a fan of Gun Game coming in World War II this coming week, and then also, I guess, in 2 weeks' time, or do not necessarily care all that much? You guys are welcome to share whatever you want down there in the comment section down below, and of course, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe subscribe so you don't miss anything regarding Call of Duty World War II, anything regarding best tips, tricks, class setups, news, information, leaks, showcases, anything like that. We got you covered here up on the channel. So if any of it interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. And we're also so close to 100,000 subscribers. This has been a goal of mine for ages. So each and every one of you can make a difference in helping me achieve that. So I truly appreciate all the support thus far and look forward to grinding out the game and everything here like that as well. But finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said, now to the way, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.